In this video here, we're going to take a look at the 2011 Materials Technology Wood Higher Level Section A. In question 1, they're asking for the name of the hammer. Now, a lot of people just put in hammer, but you have to put in the type of hammer that it is. This is a claw hammer. State the function of the part labelled X. So X is the claw part of the hammer, this is the head part of the hammer, and this is the handle of the hammer. So the claw part is used to remove nails. Okay, remove nails from the wood. Question 2. The diagram shows a wood screw and you're asked to label the parts A, B and C. So that is a countersink head screw, that's the type of screw that it is. A is the head, B is the shank, C are the threads. Question 3. There are 2 types of plastics, thermoplastics and thermosettings. Plastic objects from one category can be recycled, melted and reshaped. Those are thermoplastics. Thermosettings cannot be melted and remolded. Question 3. There are 3 types of hinge. So the first type of hinge is called a bloom hinge, which is used on a kitchen door. They're self-closing hinges. Hinge number 2 is called a butt hinge, which would be used on a door that would be in between 2 rooms in a house. And a T hinge would be used on gates and maybe shed doors, outdoor type hinges. In question 5, there are 3 leaves and seeds shown and you're asked to identify them. So the first one is sycamore. It shows the seeds from the sycamore. Horse chestnut, that shows the conkers, and ash is the third one. Question 6 is showing a scriber. Now, a scriber is normally used in the metalwork room and it would be used for marking lines on metal or plastics. The log on the right hand side shows a defect. The name of the defect is called a cup shake because it forms a sort of a U-shaped cup. What is the most likely cause of the defect? It can be caused from felling when the log hits the ground. Question 8. Metals are divided into ferrous and non-ferrous categories. The difference between the two is ferrous metals contain iron and they will rust. Non-ferrous metals will not rust. An example of a ferrous metal would be mild steel, and lead would be an example of a non-ferrous metal. The diagram shows the tip of a chisel. The angles A is called the grinding angle and it would normally be an angle of 25 degrees, and the sharpening angle is B, which would be a higher angle, 30 degrees. There's a G-clamp shown in question 10 and the force that it applies to the wood is a compression, so it squeezes the wood together. Anytime you have a squeezing type force, that's compression. The diagram shows a wooden gear mechanism. If gear A rotates clockwise, so this is clockwise, what direction will gear C rotate? It will also rotate clockwise because this middle one will rotate anti-clockwise and then the small one will rotate clockwise. If gear A, if you look at gear A, it has 15 teeth and the small one has 5 teeth. So it has 3 times less teeth. If you divide 15 by 3, you get 5. If the large one spins at 46, the smaller one is going to go faster to keep up with it. So you multiply by 3 and that's where the 126 comes from. 2 activities in the woodwork room that need eye protection. So drilling on the pillar drill, you would need to wear eye protection. Turning on the lathe would be another example where you would need to wear eye protection. CAD is used by students to design woodwork projects. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. The advantages of CAD, or one advantage, is that it produces accurate drawings. The drawings can be easily edited or changed. Two types of glue that can be used in the woodwork project, in the woodwork room, to glue projects together. PVA is one example, which can glue wood to wood. Scotch glue would be used for veneering. So Scotch glue is a glue that needs to be melted down in a special pot, and it's used for veneering. The machine shown in question 15 is called a mortiser, or a mortise machine. A safety precaution that would need to be observed when using that machine: you would have to wear safety goggles, and the reason for that would be to prevent chips of wood hitting your face or hitting your eyes. In question 16, there was an incomplete drawing of a mortise and tenon joint, and this was completed. So there's a number of lines here that were drawn in to complete that there. They were drawn in pen, those lines there. Okay, so as well as that, if you wanted, if you had time, you could draw in the end grain on here and the end grain up there. This is the tenon part of the mortise and tenon joint. This is the mortise part of the mortise and tenon joint. Question 17 shows a plug. You're asked to name the parts A, B and C. So A is the neutral terminal, B is the earth terminal, and C is the live terminal. The function of the fuse is that it's a safety device, so it protects against overloading. So if that plug was plugged into a drill, the fuse would blow instead of the drill getting damaged. EMC is associated with seasoning of drying or drying of timber. The letters EMC stand for equilibrium moisture content. Question 19. The diagram shows a wooden mallet. The wooden mallet is made from beech. It says here that the handle of the mallet at A is wider than at B. The reason for that is it stops the head from falling off. So the more this head goes towards the end, the tighter it will get. The diagram shows a spice rack made out of wood, and there's a cutting list down below. All the material is 15mm thick. So the base is 300 long, there's the 300 there, and they're looking for this width. So it's 80 wide, there's the 80 there. The ends are 150 long, there's the length of it, and it's 80 wide and it's 15 thick, because it says all the material is 15 thick. The back piece is 300 long, there's the 300, and it's 210, because you have to take away the thickness of the base. The base is going to be 15, and you take that away from 225, that's where you get the 210. The dowels, there's 2 dowel rods there, and that completes all the questions.